you doing? And welcome back to the kitchen. As you can see, we're in the kitchen. We're not out casting, we're not out fishing, so there's obviously some new kit to be seen. But it's not here yet. It's now 25 past 11, not that I'm counting, but the parcel was due between 9:30 and 12:30, so I'm expecting it any minute. Some new kit. I'm going to show you when it comes. I'll do a bit of an unboxing and show you what I've got. It's quite an exciting one, and also I've got a little bit of work to do when it does arrive, so I'll document that in this video as well. Fishing's been a bit thin on the ground lately. I've been twice since we last had a fishing video up, but the fishing's been at night time and it's been really slow. And they would have made rubbish videos. It would have been better to do a live, just sit there and have a bit of chill time with you guys doing a live. But the last live I did cut out after about 10 or 15 minutes, and it's just put an element of doubt in. I don't know whether it's my network provider or the kit that I'm using, but I do need to do another live, have a little bit of a tester session, just to get an hour under my belt so that I can get confidence in it again, and then we can carry on doing a few more of those. But yeah, I'm going to stop waffling now. As soon as this kit comes, I'm going to bring the camera back and we can have a look at what we've got. So cheers and welcome to another video. And here we go. I've got the sun right in my eyes. I've got the blinds closed, but what? So here we are. It's the moment. It's arrived. It actually arrived at 20 past 1. It was supposed to be here before half 12. So FedEx, sort your life out. Right, what we got? Another parcel from the wonderful people at Veals. Not that they give it to me free, I pay for it, obviously. But they just seem to have stuff when I want stuff. So we've got one of these. This is an IMAX bag, and I'll tell you all about that in a minute. Now, what else we've got in here? These are my reel cases, and I'll talk to you about those in a minute. Now, this here, some of you will know that I ordered this, some of you might not, but I've been waiting to order one of these for a little while, but they've been out of stock, and now they're back in stock. And that is the 14-foot Century Fireblade GT, hopefully. Fireblade GT 14-foot 4 to 7 ounce rod. There you go. The second one is here. And I've got a little bit of a dilemma with those. It's all about tip tape, but again, I'll go over to the table shortly and I'll explain all. And then I should add a little bit of something else. There you go, wrapped up in the newspaper. And in here, three 6 ounce and two 7 ounce leads. I love these ones, the impact leads. So I've got mostly 4 ounces, no, mostly 5 ounces. I wanted some 6s and 7s. So I've got some. So let's go to the table and I'll explain all. So welcome back. So as you can see, I've got stuff everywhere. I did buy 4 of these IMAX reel pouches, the neoprene ones, and I wanted something that was gonna protect them. And I've seen these around, and they look immense. So that fits in there nicely. Velcro does up, and then I've got a nice pouch for my reel. And I can do that to all 4 of them. 4 pouches, 4 reels. And I think they're spot on. Yeah. I think they'd be ideal. Some people prefer a fully enclosed case that covers the handle as well, but I'm not bothered about that. I just want the actual reel to be saved. I had a little bit of a mishap on, what day was it? Tuesday. I went down to Old Portsmouth with Dangler. And I had a little bit of a mishap in as much as my tripod collapsed because it was on a hard concrete surface and it just slid. And the rod hit the railings and my reel hit the floor a little bit, and I've got a couple of scratches in the case. It's a cheapish reel, and I haven't done any damage to the actual workings of it, so cosmetically, yeah, I'm a little bit pissed off by it. That I've scratched it up already, but I've just got to be a little bit more careful, I think. Did realise that the thing was going to slip the way it did, but this stuff happens, I guess. So these are going to go a certain way, yeah, they go a certain way, and then they fit nicely. So there's 3. Let me get that rod out of the way for now. That's probably proper in the way. Let me just lay it down there. Yeah, I'm just going to pop this one in so that it's done. They're a little bit fiddly, but once they're in, they're spot on. So yeah, really happy with them. So there you go, that's 4 reels in little neoprene cases. And got to say, I'm quite happy with that. Now the bag, as you might know, I bought the IMAX rucksack, the big one with 2 compartments and side pockets and front pocket, and it's a great piece of kit. But I find that because I've got a big bag, and you'll know what I'm talking about, you're tempted to put more stuff in it because you just think there's no point filling the bag. With that bag, because it's in 2 sections, if you don't fill it properly, it collapses and it's a bit weird. I think if I had like spare clothing in it, if I was going on a bit of a trip, you know, maybe like the trip down to Cornwall for a couple of days or something, probably be better. But just for an evening session down the beach, I think it's too big, and it's on my back. So the idea was to get, and I've got this from Will, just watching Will on his channel and how he carries his stuff around. I just got a holdall, or this is one of those sort of waterproof bags that you can put bait in, you know. It's all a bit collapsed at the moment, but once it's upright and it's got stuff in it, it's all completely waterproof. I can put my camera kit, my scales, all the bits and pieces that don't go in my box can go in here, and then that can go on top of the box and then be bungeed down with the box, so everything's on the trolley, so I'm not actually carrying anything, so it just saves my back a little bit. So that's the idea, is to use that instead of a rucksack for shorter sessions on top of the box. And yeah, what I like about it, it is all fully waterproof. I mean, you can put water in here and put live baits in there, that's how waterproof it is. And a little bait pump if you want to go down that route. But I just want to use it for them extra kit. I can put flask, camera kit, scales. Yeah, I think that'd be really, really handy. It looks like it's really well made as well. Sort of all plastic seams, all injection moulded. Very good, so happy with that. Also got some of this Tronix Pro 1.5mm silicone tubing, the luminous pink one, and I've seen so many people using this on their pulley rigs. And what they're doing is, on a decent sized pulley rig hook, the top hook, they're putting this tubing over the eye of the hook and the shank, and it makes it so that it moves up and down the line, not too freely. It's got a bit of grip to it, and then you don't have to go wrapping the line around the shank of the hook, which in my eyes causes a bit of spiralling. I don't like it. I think this will just keep everything nice and streamlined. Hook can move up and down. It's not going to be too loose,
and I'm not going to have any kinking and fraying, so I think I'm going to, all my pulley rigs are going to be using this from now on. And the other thing that I wanted to talk about was my little dilemma. Now, this is the rod that I've been using for a while, the Fireblade I've been using for a while, and as you know, I put this red spiral wrap on the end of it, and it's the Mighty Bright, and it glows beautifully when I'm down there at night time. I've got my head torch on it and it just glows amazingly. So the idea was, when I get my new one, I can put the shrink tube on the butt, the same as I've done with this rod, and get some red tip tape and put it on the top. But since then, I've seen a couple of videos about this stuff. Now this is the Mighty Bright Eclipse, which is the black tip tape. So because these rods are really stealthy and they're just all black with black whippings, tiny little bit of red down the bottom, I thought, how cool would it be to have black tip tape? So it doesn't look like there's any tip tape on there until you shine the light on it at night time, and then it glows up white, so you can see it perfectly. So I ordered 2 lots of that. But now I've got this out to strip it off and redo it with the black stuff. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, actually I really like the red. So I don't know what to do. Sack them off, keep them in a drawer sometime in case I have another little brainwave and think, oh, I'll go to the black, and get another sheet of red to do the other rod with. Or do I go for it, strip it off and put the black on and have it all stealthy ninja type rod tips that only shine up when you put your light on them at night time? Probably going to ponder that one a little bit longer. But that's it. That's a wrap. That's about the long and short of it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the new rod out. I'm going to take the reel seat off, and I'm going to get some shrink tube on that butt. While I'm at it, I'm probably going to remove the shrink tube that I've put on this one, because I think the top handle needs to be a little bit higher up. So I think I'm going to redo that and then do the other one to match, and then while I'm there I'm going to scratch my head and have a think about this tip tape and what I'm going to do with it. Because the red does look nice and blingy, but the whole idea of these rods is that it isn't blingy, it's all sort of toned down and not in your face. So I think the black would go really, I think I'm talking myself into the black as I speak. But yeah, I'll come back when we do the butt on that rod. So now I've stripped off the handle. I've stripped off the bottom bit of shrink tube, that come off quite easily. I've taken off the butt cap and the handle, sliding handle, and now what I've done is I've remarked where the new piece of shrink tube is going to come to. I've cut the piece of shrink tube to length, so it's going to be in the same position as the other one, but it's just going to come up an extra couple of inches, so I've got a bit more room to put my hand. The kettle's boiled, so I need to gently remove this old tape. Try not to damage anything. Now, I'll get that in there and cut it and see if I can peel that back. Yeah, that's fairly easy. And that'll just slide off over the butt. So that is all completely clear now. So all I need to do now is get my new section. Slide that down to the new mark, remove that tape, the marker, and then pour some boiling water over it. That feels much better. I was a little bit restricted the way I had it before. to do, let's get the right side of it, just put a neat piece of black electrical tape, top and bottom. Check them scissors out, they're mental, aren't they? Top one, I'm really happy with that. These scissors, check these scissors out. These scissors are mental. They cut through bone. And if you take them apart by doing that, one is a really sharp knife and the other side is a really sharp saw. Incredible. So that's the top one done. So all we need to do now is to slide our top collar on. They're a really snug fit. On with the real seat. On with the next collar. And they're a great design, these collars, just to stop any dirt or sand getting in underneath the rail seat. And then as soon as you slide it, if you've got any sand or anything in there, it's just going to scratch this Japanese shrink tube up, and it'll be horrible. Now this is the one that we took off. Will it pop back on again is the question. Or will I have to cut a new bit? I think I'll have to cut a new bit. And don't do what I did. I bought a 22mm shrink tube for a 22mm butt. And it's wrong. The black I couldn't get up there. The red I can just about get on there. But the black I couldn't use it. And I had to reorder 25. 25 shrinks down beautifully. So make sure you get 25 if you've got a 22mm butt. So I just had to go over to the sink and give that a bit of a shrink down. I had to wet it first. It sort of slides on better when it's wet, and then shrink it down. Now I can bring that real seat up to it and put this butt cap back over the top. And there we have our red handle, our shrink tube up here, and I'm really happy with that. That's it done. So I'm just going to do the same with the other one. And there we have it. Both rods have been re-shrink tubed, both matching, and I'm really pleased with them. On to the tips. So I think the sensible thing to do would be to do the rod, the new rod that hasn't got anything on it first, and then see how we go. If we like it, we'll do it to the other rod. Well, I definitely like the 12-inch premium packs. Before I got the smaller packs, and it was a struggle to get it to go in the sections, but this stuff, one strip's doing a section easily. Perfect. 3 sections done, same as I've got on the red. There's a little bit of bagginess that you get when you go when you start to create the angle, because you've got to start off straight obviously to get it to stick to the rod tip. and then you go off down at an angle to give it the spiral effect, and you get a little bit of bagginess there, but I think if you manipulate that, I think that will go down. It did on the red anyway. What I would suggest is when I did the red, I bought the smaller version, which was about £3, and it was, I think, 6-inch lengths. The trouble I had was when I came part way down the blank, I ran out, and then I had to start a new piece to finish it off, and it was all done in bits. With this 12-inch premium set, and it's only a £5 a pack, so £5 a rod, you get 12-inch sections, and you can do each piece easily. And these are the pieces that I've got spare. And what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to put them on my tools, like my disgorger, my baiting needle, around my bait elastic, scissors, just so that when they're lying around and I don't put them back, because I don't normally put everything back where it's supposed to go. If I do to put it on the gravel and I'm having trouble finding stuff at night time, I can shine my torch around and I can see because it will glow. So yeah, that's the idea. But yeah, out of 2 sections, 2 packets, I've got 2 full strips and those little bits left over, which like I say, I am going to keep and I am going to utilise those. So I'm going to go and get a torch now and see if I can shine these tips up and show you what it's all about. But it's not dark, so we might struggle, but we'll have a go. So maybe you can see that. I can't quite see from the monitor whether you can see that, but that shines really well. It's not there, and then it is. Cool, eh? So that's it, that's the unboxing done, that's the work that I've had to do done, so that just about wraps it up. I'm really pleased with what I've done. Both rods are here now. Next time I go out fishing, I'm going to be fishing with a pair of Centuries, which feels really good. I've pimped them the way I want them. I've got the grip on there is going to make casting easier. I looped a little bit of red down the bottom. I just think it looks nice and sort of toned back, but it's there. And the tip tape I'm really happy with. You know, at first I was a little bit apprehensive because I really did quite like the red, but now the black's on there, I think it's all nice and stealthy and pretty cool. So that's about it. Hopefully we can get out fishing soon. What day is it? Monday, so it's Tuesday tomorrow. If I did get out fishing, it's going to be fishing low tide on a big spring. I'll have to give that some thought. There might be a chance of a dab at Eastney. We'll see what the weather's like. I've got some charging to do. I've got to charge up some camera batteries and some monitor batteries. I've got to charge my headlamp. I have got 2 wraps of black lug and plenty of squid, so we could go down here and fish a couple of flappers. Possibility, but that's it for this one. If you're still watching, I know it's not been that exciting, but I do like to chart everything now, whether we're casting, whether we're doing some workshop type stuff, or actually when we're out fishing. But yeah, thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.